Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So this is the 3 o'clock Central go live. I've already forgotten. So there's still a 5 and a 7 o'clock video live stream, and a few posts in between. And I can tell you that I bet the ones that are supposed to post right after this video are going to be a few minutes late, but that's okay. It's not like you have only today to submit door prizes and stuff. Lou was kind enough to let me know that there were a couple of issues, comments with the post that came in between, like after, I guess at 2 and 2:30. Is that right? So I'll address that after this video or just as quickly as I can. The reel is a crazy situation that Cindy and I have been trying to troubleshoot, and yeah, I may have to tell you how to get there. It's nuts that I can't view it, but anyway, I'll figure that out, and as well as the word search. I think she said that there were some issues accessing that document. So, and I've just taken some of my headache medicine because it's just from being tired. I'm fine. It's just from being tired. But tired I am. So since I know we've got to pick up a couple of pages that we would have covered in the previous version, uh, previous video, we're going to jump in pretty quickly. I will report that there was an issue found during testing today. Then I am going to have to do some research and some configuration and investigation after we finish tonight. It's not so urgent that it can't wait until then. So that's that's all. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Um, Switch cameras. That's what I do next. Okay, so Halloween. I adore Halloween, possibly not for the reasons that you might think. It is very closely linked to my grandmother, and actually not because she was a huge fan of Halloween, but more about how, anyway, it's a family thing. And Halloween is near and dear to my heart. For a long time after she passed away, I took the day off, and wasn't that I did anything special Halloweeny, but it was my time to just remember her. And I'm not going to say any more than that, or I just might cry. So, but maybe sometime I'll share that story in case you don't know it, because I don't know. She was really special. And a lot of us have someone really special in our memories that that are closely related to a holiday or something else that in their life, right? So anyway, jumping in to this bag of bones bundle. The suite is called Them Bones, and it is a collection for $78.75. And it includes um, this bundle, the stamp set and dies, and then some fun glow in the dark elements and some gorgeous paper. So, and this is, I am offering a class this month featuring this suite. However, we've got some bumps associated with it that we've got to work through. It's all good. It's not anything permanent. It's just a couple little glitches. Oh, how cool. I have a friend whose birthday is on Halloween as well. In fact, it's Hardin's English teacher. Um, but anyway, so now if this was anything other than Halloween, I would have said, oh, no, 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 no. There are way too many pieces, right? Look at these tiny, tiny little dies. Actually, why am I having you look at the catalog when I have everything over here? Let me just grab that. So actually, you know what? We're going to start with this paper, and then And then we'll look at the rest of this. Okay, so why are you not, where's my, oh, now that's nuts. Okay, so somewhere I lost the ability to zoom my window. Okay, all right, what on earth? Um, okay, that's not good. So let me figure out what overlay has just disappeared. Window, so sorry, camera X, camera switcher. No, that's not it. Um, it's not camera effects. That one is open. That's typically where I can see it. However, there's something in, nope, that's not it. Oh my gosh, I really need to be able to zoom. Um, and why, oh why, it somehow closed itself in between videos. Um, camera effects, camera switcher, comments and reactions, interview chat, main window, network, not overlays, scenes. Nope, dadgum. Okay, well, guys, that might be something that I have to fix in the next live. I'm so sorry that this is going to be a little closer than I might want it to be. Okay, so this is 12 by 12 paper with just a few colors: basic black, Cajun craze, pumpkin pie, and starry sky. So, and this one is so it's 12 by 12 paper. You get two each of the designs. They're two-sided designs, and it follows that standard. You know, one side is going to be kind of specific to the suite, and then the other side is going to be a pattern in this color scheme that you could use in lots of different ways. And so I first remember seeing something like this type of blocked um, paper with the He's the Man suite a year ago. And this makes really fun, quick. It's kind of like having a layer of like the memories and more cards. So the layers are already here for you. You simply just cut them out and go. Now you're going to be strategic in the way you cut this, right? You're going to first cut it here and then cut it here. And that will allow you to make the cuts here, 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 and here if you want to use these panels independently. Um, I lost that thought, so we're just going to go with it. Notice this same pattern from the masks that we looked at earlier. Um, and so you've got some that are definitely, Halloween scenes, but then some others that could be just more fall. This is a pretty cool pattern here. Now this one has little bats on it, but so that's pretty cool. Then the back, I was like, what does that say? Um, it says boo and eek. Just in repeating here in the pattern, and I'm trying to decide if, yep, they're all, the B is an interesting font where the bottom part of the B is larger than the top of the, darn, reverse. The top of the B is larger than the bottom of the letter B. So I was trying to decide if that was upside down for a few minutes. It was a challenge. Look at these adorable little characters. Now, I have a feeling that we could jump over here to our dies. Oh my gosh. Anybody just have a heart attack? Um, and no, I will not be pre-cutting these dies for my class. Okay, so here is this little skeleton, right? And I believe there is also a little dog there, right? And here is a cat. So all of these images could be cut out with dies, and they would be super fun um, cut out with the dies instead of fussy cutting. Um, oh, those itty bitty pieces. I know. Uh, in fact, okay, let's see if I can see. Uh, oh my, 31 dies here. Yeah, laugh so you don't cry. Um, that is some seriously intricate stuff. Look at this. So here you've got some grass. You've got a cowboy hat, a top hat, the little cane and bow tie. You have cowboy boots, running shoes. Um, Look at these little bones, the moon and stars, bats, another little character. Oh, there's a beret. Oh, look at this, a little plumed hat. All kinds of things that will make sense as we get going. I love the fence. Actually, I love all of it, but anyway, I digress. All right, so those are all cut out, can be cut out with your dies. And then, oh, that's a pretty cool background there with Cajun craze and pumpkin pie coming in strong. Fun little headstones to add some detail. You know, either use these as detail on your cards or as a background. There was something similar to this um, in the Let's Go Shopping um, suite, and it makes a pretty cool background. Oh, yes, I love that. Um, How cute are these little dancing guys? Oh my goodness. So, so fun. These are bones making the chevron pattern. This is very, very clever. They had a lot of fun creating this, don't you know? Um, and then here is another sheet with the pattern on both ends, so you can cut it in the middle and then have um, panels. Love that too. And uh, that is not the lighting that's creating this distressed look. That is actually the paper itself. And yes, I might like that a lot, but oh, I love the bats too. Um, so you might know our dog is named Robin. Yes, that is because of Batman. And he's 10. So Hardin was about 5 when we got him, maybe even 4. All right, so that is the paper. There's also a pack of glow in the dark paper so that and you can stamp on this, and you can just die cut from it. So you could, die cut your skeletons, stamp them, and then die cut them. People are doing all kinds of things with this paper. And then you have a little glow in the dark scene. And so there are 8 sheets in a pack of 6x6 paper. And then there are glow in the dark elements, bats and ghosts. So how cute is this to have these little glow in the dark guys? On one of the demonstrator pages, someone posted, hey, okay, confession. Who else grabbed their box and immediately ran to their bathroom to see if it was really glow in the dark? I thought that was so cute because we all have to do that, right? So super cute things to happen or that you can make with the elements of the suite, and then the stamps and dies, of course, that go along with it. So look, there's a rose, and there's a rose die, the little heart. So many of these, and if we look at the catalog, we can see which of the images have dies that go along with it. And it's when you look at this image, that's where you can see by the shading that's around it that all of these little pieces from the greeting, let's just say it the other way around. The greetings don't have dies that go along with them. All of the images do. All of those little bones. Yep, 31, 23 die, 23 stamps and 31 dies. So, oh, oh, how fun is that? So that class is next Saturday, but let's talk about that for just a minute because several pieces from this are not going to be available, maybe not even in September. I will post a list of what is available or not available um, in some time today, and so that you know what the latest information is. I thought I would have time in the last break, and I didn't. Um, so the glow in the dark paper and the elements are right now unavailable, and they are not due back for a little while. So I'm being very strategic in the card designs that we're making for our class, and then understand um, that afterwards you should still have time to get the pieces that I'm not able to get and use in our class. You should still be able to continue creating because you always have leftovers to continue creating after my classes. Um, so you'll be able to continue creating once you are able to order those glow in the dark pieces. And that probably will impact the paper share as well, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more um, once we get through the catalog. Okay, next up is this fun little bundle over here. So there is a die for the little treat bag, and then of course dies for the images and a couple of the tags. Um, really cute, really cute little projects here. I do not have this bundle yet. Yeah, I did say the word yet. The verdict is out. I love this little house. I love these little faces, and I love this trick or treat. So I guess we know where that's going to go. This bundle I do have, and I've used it. I used it for my team swap card, and Lou used it for hers as well. Can't show you that yet because not everybody has theirs. Um, and it is Halloween or fall. I took it towards Halloween and Lou took it towards fall. So either one works well. And you've got all these great fall papers in the mini as well as in the annual catalog to work with these. Um, the punch is actually a pumpkin builder punch. And I actually saw somebody that used, I don't know if it was this one or this one, and kind of turned it into a tulip, right? So that was kind of fun, very creative, but you have a little leaf for the stem, you have a stem, and you have two different size pumpkins to punch out. And you can either stamp and punch those or punch out just the pumpkins by themselves. The stamps stamp beautifully. I love when a solid image stamps as nicely as these do. I mean, you can see how nice these stamped even when I was stamping from the solid, put together, just not on a block. Um, so super fun, sweet little raven, little tree branch. So we've got some fun images here. And, like I said, you're the pick of the patch, that's fall. Happy Halloween. Okay, that's Halloween. And then you can use this as a thank you, a fun cutie pie. How fun is that? And a harvest of blessings and a good little speckle too. Okay, so I think that is all there is of Halloween. Then we move on to this garden walk suite. All right, so I'm going to grab it as well. I'm sorry, my nose has decided that it is very itchy. Okay, so in this suite, the Garden Walk bundle is $69.75, and it's a pretty versatile suite. It is not intended for just Christmas or just fall. It is meant to be very versatile. How about this oval punch, guys? Um, so this is a good size oval. Makes up a label for your greetings really fast. I like to use this kind of punch in my card making because it is kind of quick and easy, which is my style. Trying to get this out of the glare so you can see. If I turn it over, you can kind of see better. So good size punch. Um, so it is, what am I trying to say? Um, So you've got greetings here, and you've got greetings throughout both catalogs and probably on your own shelves that would be very nice with this punch. This is one that, if you have this type of stamp set or a combination in your library already, then just buy the punch stand alone. Okay, no shame in that. Um, I considered that, and I think I just hadn't yet given myself permission not to order a bundle. Um, I have the paper with it. Now, this paper is really interesting because they're 48 sheets and you get 6 each of the patterns. So there are 8 patterns. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. 6 by 6 size. The colors are Calypso Coral, Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Poppy Parade, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. Now, wild wheat is kind of a color that most of us have felt has had to grow on us. And it, it it's a special, I mean, it's a unique color. Um, but I've seen it used very nicely, and I've used it on some projects too. So here again, we get a strong theme on one side and a nice neutral pattern on the other. Beautiful colors here. So some pretty papers. I like that. This is the wild wheat coming into. This is wild wheat on this side. So it kind of fills that void between crushed curry and a true brown. And this one has got some poinsettias on it, and then Pretty Peacock on the other side. A smaller pattern. It's always good to have a mixture of sizes in the paper pack that all coordinate. So here's the small size, and then the Calypso Coral um, darker in that pattern. And then this one, and then here's kind of a green with some wild wheat accents, as well as some blue, and then a darker green on the Mossy Meadow on that side, I think. And then this looks like some Pretty Peacock. Lots of colors in here, and some great stripes. So great patterns to use on both sides, whether you want the flower images or you want the patterns. And you get 6 each rather than 4, which is it's just a little different. Okay, now these pearls, this is called Blooming Pearls, and I'm going to tell you, they bloomed a lot. They're big. They're big, tall. I love the kind of iridescentness of them, um, and it's kind of different that they're in quadrants, right? We don't see that as often either. So we've got Garden Green, Gold, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock. Um, and the iridescentness, it's just a little difficult. I think this is the Pretty Peacock, and this is probably the Garden Green. But can you tell how big, how tall those are? Um, 5 millimeters is the larger one. So that's that's kind of tall. Great on 3D projects and certainly on cards, but they will have a hard time going through the machines at the post office. Some pretty cool examples of the way they did some two-step stamping with this stamp set. I really like this this image, and I love that they did some truly contrast with the images in their samples. All right, and I do have the braided trim as well in Calypso Coral. It just doesn't want to open. There's a piece of tape on it too. Kirby asked earlier about how do you secure the ribbon so that they don't run wild. And you could use a piece of tape in here. The Post-it tape might work. Washi tape might work. I think that Carrie frequently uses a pen that has a large head on it and uses that to hold it in place. But this is the braided trim. We've had this in various colors throughout the last few years. Make some pretty bows, and look, I love it used with that trim from the annual catalog as well. And here is a larger image of the catalog. Okay, and let's see if I can move. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, some pins with round heads for your ribbon too. Thank you, Lou. Now, this stamp set, Biggest Wish, is one that has been in the annual catalog for the last year or two. I love that you can do so many things with this. Mary, 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 and they typically, and they intentionally did not do that dead, dead straight, and then the Christmas. They're not dies that go with it, but they're really not difficult to fussy cut. Clearly these block letters, you can do that with your trimmer, and you can even do that like they did here with Love You, or you can cut it out pretty easily like the Christmas on this one. So you've got Best Wishes, you've got Merry Christmas, you've got Happy New Year, you've got love, lots between this and the Biggest Wish. I bet you've got your occasions covered, and they're fun to use. I have this one here. This is the More Wishes. I clearly haven't used it yet because the other side isn't stamped. Let me see if I've got Biggest Wish handy. I did go through and put these in sort of alphabetical order not long ago. So here's Biggest Wish that has, thanks, birthday, happy, hello, and friend. So you could also bring these together. Same fonts, just different greetings. So, but they would be fun to mix and match a little bit. I talked in the first video about, the draw of coordinating products that pulls us into Stampin' Up! Quite frequently, and the coordination between the catalogs, between the online exclusives and the catalogs, that all goes to improve and increase the value, increase the value of our purchases. And I forgot what was supposed to go with improve. Anyway, it's gone. I guess extends our creativity when those coordination exists. These translucent florals, I do not have this yet, but they sure are pretty. I will tell you, this is a distinctive set, and with this one in particular, careful about your ink. If your ink pad is very full of ink, then you need to push some out of the way, and you can push it out of the way with a spoon or like a credit card, anything that will help you that you just push it away out of the center of the pad so that you don't get such a concentration of ink because then it runs into all of it. Um, Here's another example of coordination between the mini and the annual catalog. There is a set of punches that go with these images. Um, so some more uses for them. This wishing you, light the sky bundle. How cool for New Year's Eve or for the 4th of July. That's pretty awesome to have these dies with it. And you have, um, I'm trying to think, what was the other bundle that did this? Darn. Where it leaves the impression in the paper rather than cutting out around it. So that's what you see here with this die. Um, and so it's a great way to use like the foil and the glimmer paper behind this to add your color, and then look at the stamped and embossed images here. So really cool. Here we go with the mask and using some blending as well as embossing paste. So and you could achieve this a few different ways. It looks like they put down white embossing paste and then added color on top of it. You can also use your re-inker and add color to the embossing paste before you put it down. So either way, there's not a wrong way, just a lot of different ways. You find your preference. Um, and here is a line art image, line art stamp set, always with me. So um, for mothers and children, those are sweet, sweet images. I don't typically buy those because they require a level of coloring that I guess I don't feel confident with. Okay, whale watching. This is not a stamp set that I purchased, but I do have it. And you think, oh, that's kind of interesting, Michelle. How'd that happen? It came as a gift from my upline for as part of our Silver Elite and above gift bags. So here is whale watching. This coordinates really nicely with the, oh, it's a suite in the annual catalog that escapes me right now, but that one, ocean something or other. Oh my gosh. Um, but cool for my Alaska photos. This would be really cool to do in the scrapbook with it. And it is a cling red rubber stamp set. And here you can see how this is the coordination from the annual catalog piece, whatever that is called. This stamp set, this is pretty awesome because it's got such a variety of greetings and fonts, right? So from Easter to Happy Holidays, happiest of birthdays, New Year's, Valentine's, Halloween. So you've got a lot of options here in this stamp set. It is a $24 stamp set with 9 of the red rubber stamps. Then this stamp, how cool is this? Okay, so I really love this, and I think my favorite part is this happy birthday to you. I think that is a very cool font. It's a very cool size. And then you get to build your party horns and decorate them how you wish. But I love it's happy birthday and also happy new year. So I felt like that was a super versatile stamp to get. Here are a couple samples with it. And so you get an idea of some of the different things that you can do. Not difficult to fussy cut if you need to fussy cut. And it is a photopolymer set for $19. Like cute little Let's Party too. Now this is a this this one here is another distinctive set, and you know, 'tis the season, cheers, and so thankful. So I am working on actually a birthday card using this, and love the detail and the depth in it. So this is a distinctive stamp, and remember I told you that one thing to watch out for is that you don't have an abundance of ink in your ink pad when you use them. Another good idea when you're working with these is to use your silicone mat or even your paper piercing mat to give you a surface as you stamp. So let me just find a piece of scrap something. Are you big enough? No, not really. Do you all save your scraps like this? Um, I have quite a collection. 2 drawers for white and vanilla in this little thing. And then the other colors are just by color family. Okay, so here's a piece of white. Here's my stamp. I've got that on an E-size block. I'm going to grab a silicone mat. No judgment, okay? My silicone mat is well loved. It does have a raised portion right here with the logo, so I typically try and just get that away from what I'm working to accomplish. And let's see. This is Calypso Coral that I've picked up. And remember, when you are stamping, it's about gravity. Okay, you do not have to mush your stamp into the ink. Your ink just needs to sit on the surface of the stamp. Okay, so when you first look at this, you're like, oh, there looks like there's a hole right there. Maybe there is, but when I look at the photo of the image, I'm kind of thinking that that is probably where it is meant to be the lightest. Okay, so then I'm going to stamp straight down, apply a little bit of pressure. But again, I don't have to push that through. I don't have to root it in there, right? The ink is on the surface of the stamp, and I'm just looking for even pressure so that I get a good image. And that's pretty awesome, right? It looks really like it is. Now, you could argue that I've got, maybe I've got some abundance of ink here. I've got a lot of, color saturation there. So I might try this with a few different ink pads, but I love the way that looks. It will make um, a gorgeous card with that. And the So Thankful. So those of you that are looking to do fall thank you cards, that would be me as well. Then you're all set with this stamp. And I don't have a stamp cleaner over there, so I'm going to put that there. Then we need to talk about these deckled circles. We've seen that in a few used a few places throughout the catalog, but I didn't really point them out. So let's pull them out. Guys, there are 14 dies in this set of dies. The samples that I've seen with them are just incredible. And I just missed something on page, oh, here, on page 62. These are gift card envelopes. How awesome is that? So they've used this stamp here, from here, and decorated the stamp. So if you're giving gift cards for Christmas, for birthdays, these are pretty cool. 20 envelopes, and they are gift card sized at 2¼ by 3½. All right. And okay, one more thing before I pull the dies out. I promise I'm going to pull the dies out. These 3 images here, these 3 cards, are a great way to see the progression from some simple stamping to much more avid, right? Um, this is just stamped one time. It's layered on, the white is layered on perhaps Parakeet Party. Um, and then there's some of the Simply Elegant ribbon, or I'm not sure what this gold is. If this is the Simply Elegant that is used, they've tied a bow, and then they've layered that to the card base, which I'm going to guess is granny apple green. Then on this one, they've followed the same basic idea, but they've this time cut out a circle and layered it on another piece of white and added some punched images from using the bow punch. Bow punch. Yeah, I'm not sure the name of it. And then here they've gone a step farther and stamped this twice. Once in like Parakeet Party, which gave the image that is again cut out with the deckled circle. And then they've stamped it in red and fussy cut out the ornaments to give it a little more depth, layers, more layers to it. And then they've added some die cuts just to give much more, many more layers to this. And they've run it through an embossing folder. So that gives you an idea of what you can do, and also helps us understand that simple is beautiful. We don't have to go here unless that is really our style. I love all three, and I can see myself doing all three. Okay, y'all ready? Oh my gosh, does that not look like the rings of a tree? That's just so cool. But this is bigger, obviously, than a card layer. That largest die is 5 3/4. So this lets you do some really cool edging to your cards where you can give it, a layer from the biggest circle, then layer a smaller one, really step it up or step it in. That was one of the more striking examples I have seen with it. And then you've got, it goes, pretty small. Does it tell me? Excuse me, it doesn't tell me the smallest, so we'll just pull out our handy dandy ruler, and that is an inch in diameter. So you gradually increase from an inch all the way to 5 3/4. So can't be any bigger than that because it's 6 inches. It wouldn't fit through well, it would still fit through the cut and embossing machine, but nothing bigger than 6 inches would. So those are $37. Again, though, you're getting 14 dies, really versatile dies. Okay, let's see. I think that we have gone through the catalog. Oh, no, not quite. I've seen lots of really fun examples made with this. Now, I love the bug. They're not calling that a Volkswagen bug, but that's what it most closely resembles. The skates from the 70s and 80s, of course, a disco ball, and then this curved punch to give you curved greetings or to make some really fun things like this. And there's some samples, some fun samples here. Of course, this birthday cake is really pretty. And then there is the warmest heart, which is a thermos and lots of things to decorate it with. And that is the warmest heart bundle. Okay, now we've reached the back of the catalog. Let me just check to see what I need to be sure I cover. Okay, on 5. Where's my 5 o'clock video template? Okay. All right. So when you get to the back of the catalog, this is when you get some more samples with the bundles, right? So these are not the same samples that are featured earlier in the catalog. So don't forget to look back at more ways for using these bundles. They're in alphabetical order, not divided by punch or dies, just the bundles all in alphabetical order. I like how they've done the wreath here with this die. Okay. Wow. It's kind of hard to believe we've gone all the way through. We talked about the index in the first video. Here's some. Oh, I missed these embossing folders on page 60. I saw that and I was like, oh, you're going to forget that. And sure enough, I did. So they're just up here in the fold. They're called cheery patterns. And so they are kind of a circle and curves. And you can see how they've used the curves here and the circles here. And so they are 3 3/8 wide. So they will go, you can use these in the mini machine. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you about the deckled rectangles. So now we have deckled circles as well. Okay, just checking to see if there's anything perhaps that I overlooked from the back here. Of course, here are all the embellishments. We went over those and the ribbons. And of course, I do not have this sheer ribbon here. I had the rest of them. In the gems, I'm missing a couple. I don't have this trio here. I believe I have the rest. Oh, and I do not have the stars. So here are the 5 punches. 2, 4, 5. Yes, 5 punches. And then there is a host stamp set. So there's typically when your order reaches $150, not in the ordering special, but when you place an order, you earn Stampin' rewards. And with those rewards, you can spend that in anything that qualifies within that the amount that you have available. But there are also some bargains, and this is one of those bargains. So this large stamp set, it's red rubber that you can color, do all kinds of pretty things with. That would only cost you $15.50 in Stampin' rewards. So with a $150 order, you could get this and then pay the 50-cent difference in the price and what you have. Okay, and then we talk a little bit more about what it is to be a demonstrator. And a demonstrator means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And to most people, we join for the discount, and what we gain is so much more. I love that some of you shared your stories on my post about how I came to fall in love with Stampin' Up! And I encourage you to continue sharing your stories. But a lot of us, I think most of us join to get a discount on the products that we've fallen in love with. And then we hang around because of the relationships that we build. And some of us want to continue on and hold classes and gather people together. I have a whole host of people on my team that are regularly gathering with friends and stamping, which is what it's all about. Paper pumpkin. We'll talk a little bit about this in the next video as well, and I have some kits to share with you. I think that is what we really need to cover in this video. Then I have a couple of posts that I'm going to make, and then of course I need to go out and make corrections to the ones that gave you problems in the last break. So you're hanging in there okay? We have we have the 5 o'clock, right? Yeah. We have about an hour before the next video. So we have one at 5 and we have one at 7. And we have some more door prize posts. And of course, we'll talk more about the paper share, the BOGO, why you might want to place an order right now, and what the benefits are to that. as well as how you can participate in my upcoming classes and schedule. If you have any questions about anything that I've posted, please post them in the comments. I will have a chance to go through and read all those comments and respond to them. Until next time, I'll let you go and I'll see you in just over an hour. Thanks so much, guys. Bye bye.